Hello, everyone. How are we all doing? It's Friday. Thanksgiving has been survived against all odds. Yeah, welcome in, Mac, Al, Day. Thanks, everybody. Look at that elephant. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, you got me good. You got me so good. This is going to be the mid-boss of Chapter 2. Also, I think I may have figured out a way to... I found a place for the bees. But it will be something similar to what Bug Fables did, which is basically have optional mini-dungeons that are accessible later in the game. So the first dungeon you enter in Bug Fables, you can actually return to it once you have a new movement tech ability. And using that, you're able to get into a different part of the dungeon that actually goes like a whole different route with harder enemies and a new boss and a fun reward that is actually a useful move in the game. Oh, thank you, Willow. It's a good dress. Chapter 2 might have done... Chapter 2 also had a little sub-area that was accessible later in the game. And probably Chapter 3... I don't know. I want to do something similar where you can return to the Chapter 1 zone and the Chapter 2 zone and the Chapter 3 zone later in the game and access new areas that give you new challenges and new rewards. And I need to decide on the difficulty. Because it could be, oh, you can access this bonus dungeon as soon as you've got a movement ability from Chapter 3, but you're not going to be very strong at that point. But the reward's pretty nice, so I don't know. What do you want to do? It's like there's something in Chapter 5 that'll really help you out. So do you want to wait? Do you want to go for it? I think that would be fun. That's a fun thing. Gonna beat up a robot. Just gonna crush a robot. We're gonna make... Okay, to turn... This actor does not have many things. It has idle animation, talking animation, and walking animation, which is very meh, but I'm okay with it. It just had to be good enough for the end of Chapter 1 cinematic, honestly. Why did the bot go twice? Hang on, let me restart the bot. I'm assuming something went wrong with that, so let's just restart it. As a matter of fact, yes, I am, and did. Ooh. Actually, the demo, well, I guess I can't tell for sure right now. I don't know how many people have actually played the demo. It's impossible to know now. We're at close to 7,000 wish lists, but I'm pretty sure ballpark 6,500 of those are bots. But I can't tell for sure. That's the really annoying thing. It is a good demo. I'm proud of it. Okay. So, update on the general velocity. I don't know. I have no... Well, here's the thing. I can understand how. I don't understand why. But I can... I'm pretty sure it was bots. It was like the second or third day after the demo went live, I had suddenly, over the course of one day, about 6,500 wish lists. And then every day after that, it would be like 10, 5, 3. Like if I pull up the full history of the wish lists, it's ridiculous. And here's the other thing, is that the demo playtime is like 99% Linux. Steam does give me that information, and the game is not natively supported on Linux unless you emulate. And I don't think that there's a 99% share on Linux. I don't think that's accurate. So I am pretty confident that it's mostly bots. But that said, I don't know why. That's really just the weird thing, is why would there be bots wishlisting a game? Let's see here. Wish lists. Yeah, you can't even see it on the chart. You can't see it at all, but trust me, I've got a chart here, and it's a spec. It was a single day. Yeah, 65, 56 wish list ads all in one day, and then the next day, like a normal amount. The really enthusiastic Linux users who love paper RPGs. We found that keystone of the Venn diagram. I'd never heard of this before, and I still to this day, like, yeah, it makes sense. I could see people basically farming Steam accounts of free software, like just an automated Steam account that just searches for all free software not currently in library every day, and then grabbing a copy of it. The two things I don't get is why wishlist? Why have a bot that wishlists automatically? I don't get it. Like I can get Steam bots, I understand, or Twitch bots, I understand. That's like data collection, sure. Whatever you want to do with that, fine. Those don't even count towards viewership. And then there's there's actual playtime. 10 minutes of playtime per each of these bot accounts for some reason. That doesn't inflate any publicly available numbers. So I don't know what the end game is for that. Maybe it's to make the accounts appear legitimate. Like it's aging the accounts a little bit, making it look like, oh yeah, see, they downloaded this free game and played it for 10 minutes. Downloaded this other game, played it for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's weird. And it's not a huge deal, but it does make it really hard to look at the numbers. Yes, but why load it with free software? What good is that? I don't think that is the main market. The main selling point of selling a Steam account is that it's full of freely available software that you can get whenever you want. It's super weird. Okay. Right. We need Rosie's attacks. Make them seem more real. That maybe, yeah. It's a real weird guess. But maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, for whatever purpose. Who knows? Okay. Attacks. We're gonna do kind of a, speaking of bots, we're gonna do a nice little ballerina twirl. So she'll kind of do a little ballerina pose and then like spin around and then spin into the team. Maybe that hits both, maybe just the front. Let's see here. A good old-fashioned just punch move. We love a good punch move. We do have arm container. You need me to go get you something? Yeah, I forgot this is like really screwed up. Her body is not finished. We're gonna have to do some drawing here. Okay, what's your request? Be right back. Okay. I might be the greatest gamer. No, we're good. We're good. Look at this. Look at this. We are in great shape, guys. Look, we're back. We're all good. We've got tons. I forgot about something. All right. Next time. Next time, I might not bounce off a fish. Oh, almost bounced off a fish. Don't do anything, don't do anything, don't do anything. Oh, I was not sure about that. I was not sure about that lava level. But also the clock. There was a lot of scary.
We should totally organize a night where we just sing songs on the Dob stream. It'll go
right now.
very well.
Just a small town girl.
Girl.
There's a midnight train going anywhere. There we go. I'm so back. Oh, also, don't hold me to this, but current idea with actually making progress. I've mentioned that I want to aim for like the next 3 chapters to try and do max 5 months per chapter, which is aggressive as far as schedules go. I am thinking I'm going to, well, here's the change that I'm not, that one I am trying to hold myself to. The thing I'm not holding myself to is I think my original plan was going to be like X amount of time for just basic, get some rooms in place that are mostly there, just got to get the ideas out. Then go back and start connecting things and adding the missing cinematics and stuff, and then spend like a month or so on polish and make sure, you know, bug testing and then user feedback stuff. I think we're going to change that slightly and maybe do a full, instead of doing these little slices of do a chapter end to end, then do the next chapter end to end. Instead, do the first phase of chapter 2, then the first phase of chapter 3, and the first phase of chapter 4. Go back and add cinematics and connections, and then go back and polish, test, and then test the whole 3 at once. I think that could be an idea. But you can't get cards unless the games are sold for money, I think. Oh, wait. Okay, trading cards, Steam trading cards, that's invite only. That's only for games that Steam says, yes, you get to be part of this trading card program. That you don't even get to apply. Steam reaches out to you. So I don't know if that's still even a thing. Right. So anyway, we may be jumping into chapter 3 sooner rather than later, which would be fun because I've got some silly ideas. Hey, Crasher, welcome in. Good to see you again. We're working on a new mid-boss for chapter 2. I'm holding up. Holidays are busy. I'm still recovering from yesterday. So we're diving back in, just jumping in head first. We're gonna do Ballerina Twirl. We need to redraw her sprite a little bit because it's very placeholdery. A lot of it's fine, but there are some pieces that need work. Do a Ballerina Twirl attack, arms up, spin around, bump into enemy. Easy, straightforward, easy to program. What else? This is likely going to be inside the lobby of the power station or just outside of it. Either way. Thanksgiving. It's American Turkey Day. And realistically, what that just means is a lot of driving and a lot of visiting family and having to just act like a person all day. But I did get to eat a lot of pie, so kind of works out. I did. It wasn't as impactful as I was hoping. He didn't get down on his knees and begin to worship or anything, but actually, you know what did get a little bit of oohs and ahs was Super Mario World came up in conversation, and I mentioned, oh, you know what I did last month that was really fun? I beat Super Mario World on a DDR dance pad. And I'm like, oh. He's a nerd too, so it's fine. He's going through Hades too, and I mentioned that I still got to do that at some point. It's on my list of games I really want to play at some point if I ever get time. Obviously, Running Charge is a good one. A variety of moves would be good. Just having lots of different things you have to learn to react to here. Yeah, I'm excited to get to that at some point, but it's going to be a while. Do we want to do a fake out death of like collapses, but then like pops back up and charges up even stronger? I mean, that's a good little gimmick. I'd say a mini power up. About 40%. No, let's say 2/3 HP, and then fake out death at 1/3. That auto powers up. So this one is an actual move. So she spends a turn doing this one. She can't be defeated. This one is no turn spent. It just happens automatically as a reaction attack. This is a one-time only. Let's see, what else do we got? Run, run, run. We could do a jump into the air and then very long slide whistle, growing shadow, and then land on top, or do something humorous. What would be a hilarious land just in front of the player and then just like punch. A little fun little subversion. She does not create her own demise. She demises by running out of HP. Ugh. Yeah, big jump. That's 5 different things to program, which is quite a bit. We could add one more. And that seems like a lot of variety right there, if we even want that much. Maybe we start with that, and then if we get inspired. Let's see if we can finish this by the end of the night. 5 moves working. So to make this happen, we're gonna need to modify her artwork a bit because it is very placeholdery still. Because it only
Hi,
had to
my
look
name
good.
is Al Butts, but also Butts.
What a fun stream that was. Ugh. You gotta believe me. You gotta believe me. Open actors. Wait, no. This one. Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Didn't leave much room here, huh? It's fine. It's fine. She's surprisingly detailed. If we're gonna do hands up, like ballerina style, is that even gonna work? We'd have to mirror these, and then maybe that can work. Okay, we'll leave the arm art alone, but this has to change, definitely. What thing? What? Flying thing. Bee? Cool bee? We talking about cool bee? Oh, canopy preview. Check this out. Solar panels up in the trees. Look at this fun. Look at these fuzzy little trees. And they've got a little shader on them to make them kind of wob a little bit. The pipes. Right. The pipes. We do need to get the pipes figured out. Okay, so what we need to do is take a screenshot of her so that we can line this up properly. A little smaller. GQ loves talking about the pipes. I don't get it. Hollow S Knight. Oh right, we have the Hornet Dance up still. I forgot about that. All right, so this is gonna be here-ish. It just needs to be significantly wider. That's John Silksong. John Silksong of Silksong fame? Don't you dare talk to her like that. My bug wife. So this gives us a general idea. Are you about John Silk song? It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell with UGQ. Okay, so the change that we need to make here. I wonder if we could get by with just... No, we should... Well, what if? No. Unless... It's a cloak. It's a drift cloak. It's officially a drift cloak. Let's see if I can skew this at the bottom a little bit. That would work pretty well. Oh well. Let's just redraw. Redraw the pink. Aren't boats girls? Therefore, by that logic, all girls are boats. I know how to do logic. Look, you may not like it, but that's what the numbers say. Boats are girls, and girls are therefore boats. Hello, welcome in. Is the mountain wearing a dress? I don't see why not. I feel like this should be like this. There we go. Actually, this one does not work as well. Go back to size here. There we go. Connect 360 Wi-Fi, ran a freaking update. Changed your name, reinstalled all demos. Oh no! Oh no! It's all gone terribly wrong. Oh right. Yes, I see. I see the problem. I see the problem here. We need to line this up here. This line is not super important because it's going to be covered up anyway. No, that's wrong. I can tell. And then... Perfect. Then that just needs to have transparency locked and then a little bit of shading to look cool. They update on Switch. I haven't heard anything about that. I haven't heard that they've done any updating. Where's my dry bristles? There's my dry bristles. What would they potentially add now that I think about it? I can't imagine they do much. Like, yeah, I would love to see it bumped back up to 60 FPS, but the way that they... Would that throw off power bounce again? Because they already screwed up the power bounce numbers. Would that screw it up again? Okay, I think that will work. Get rid of this, get rid of this. Look blurry without update. 720p, huh. Oops, I was pressing the wrong button. Okay, so this is gonna be the new art for this segment here. I'm gonna try and line that up just about right. then delete this. And now try to fix it. Yeah, they've never been much for visual fidelity, let's say. I think at some point they realize they can't compete. With the kind of games they want to put out, they just can't also budget for hardware that's capable of that kind of stuff. All right, so if I get out, get back in. Yes, okay. It is there. It's just wrong. Okay, not that one. This one. So we are at a width of 340. We're bumping up to 440. And that way we know that we just need to, yep, there we go. And we're still lined up. That looks a little bit silly still. Pump up the resolution automatically. I imagine it's just the way that they're writing the code. They're doing something stupid. Either stupid or lazy. I'm being lazy. I'm putting off making the UI scale properly on different resolutions. It still looks a little bit silly like this, but like maybe it's okay. I feel like this needs to be scaled slightly, but whatever. Hello? Oh, nice. Cool. Okay. So we're going to try to program in 5 attacks in our system that we've got here. Let's start with a charge attack. That seems straightforward enough, right? Oh, is this one still going to be... This one is still going to be screwed up, isn't it? Container. There we go. Liari! Oh yeah, Liari snuck in here. Welcome in, Liari. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Al, I never thanked you while the stream was actually running. Thank you for the sub. 46 months. Almost a year. It was on the starting soon screen. Year. Absolutely incredible. All right. So here's a little fun thing about Godot. If your stuff is in a sub viewport, you cannot see it in the 2D view. Well, if it's 2D stuff, it disappears from the view because it no longer exists. It's in its own pocket dimension. And so, what we do, and it's silly, I have a separate placeholder canvas, which is a copy of the sprites that we can just point our animation canvas to. Then we can make the changes to the animations that we want, and then that's it. That's all there is to it. Let's see here. Walk animation look a little slow, so we're gonna do something very for a charge animation. Charge. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Charge. Also, where are the bounds of the sub viewport? We've got a little bit of room on all margins, so we're good there. We can get a little silly with it. Puppy power. I don't think there's going to be any dogs in this game. Like I've been looking back over everything. I'm not sure if dogs are going to show up at all. What if we mirror the ARM container? chapter about dogs. It turns out that the entire back half of the game is all about dogs. I want to do something similar to what Mozzie does, except without the arm swinging. Like I was thinking like more, like right now she's like this. I was thinking like it'd be nice to have more of like a this. Like where the elbows elbows have the same angle direction instead of here where they're opposite directions. The angles are facing each other with the elbows, or facing away from each other. If they're in lockstep, you get more of this move. But maybe this can work. Maybe we can make this work. So we'll do arm container rotation. Arm container 2, we're gonna mess with the rotation on that. What else? I think the whole body. Oh, Her dress is tied to the body. Is that good? Should it be tied to the body? I guess so. I guess that's fine. We can give it some secondary motion. But yes, we do want a little bit of body rotation so she can kind of lean into it a little bit. Leg. We want rotation. I did hold shift. Thank you very much. Leg 2. Rotation and position. Good. Pinball roll up. Pinball roll up. Goose and Captain meet and become best friends with Posey. What kind of fan fiction is this? Alright, so let's say... -40, sure. So do that, but also start leaning forward slightly. Why is it -360? How did that happen? Okay. We want to do plus? Yeah. Okay, cool. Getting ready to moidalize you. Can be anything we want it. Take a look. It's in a book. We're gonna make her kind of hop, 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 hop. So -10 pixels? No, it's gotta be more than that. That, and then stomp down. So duplicate that one, so boom. And then as soon as that one hits down, this one comes up. The difference here was 50. So then bring this back up by 50. Oop, other way. This is a mid-boss. This is the middle of chapter 2. And this is a noteworthy fight because at the, well, you know what? I'm not going to spoil it, but something happens in the end of the demo that would make you see this character and be like, oh, like the pointing gif. That's that's what you're gonna have happen. Your body will just reflexively just lean forward slightly on couch, pointing at TV screen. Oh, that's got to be faster. All right, change these to tenths of seconds. Yep. And then she'll do it like a pop, pop, and then run at you, head down. Not a straight up Naruto run, but maybe close to that. Something like this. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's a pretty menacing. That's a pretty menacing look there. I feel like the dress should also rotate as part of this. As the body rotates, so too should the dress, but half as much. So this added 10. This is going to add 5. Oh, wait, it's got to be the opposite direction, doesn't it, to counteract. And cubic interpolation, or maybe completely 0? I don't know. What does that look like? I'm not seeing any rotation at all happening here. What did I do wrong? 0, 0, 10. It seems like it's rotating the wrong way. Wow. Oh yeah, there we go. So -5. Oh, look. Wow. Keyframes! High lag. Turtle, welcome in. Undersubmerged. Some sort of submersible. Oh, the hat needs to wobble 100% as well. Okay, so this is gonna be. I want this to be more. I want more of this. Make it more. Give me more stomping. Show me more raw emotion here. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we stop after. More movements. We need more secondary movement. We need squash and stretch. Actually, yeah, the body could like do a little bit of. Dang it! Yeah. Hang on. Actually, we do. We do need to scale the body a little bit here. So every time we hit the ground, we're gonna modify. We're gonna make her stretch out. How much is that? Is that too? Ooh, that's a lot. That's a big stretch there. It's very silly. Let's see if it's too much or not enough. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice and snappy. So foot lands here, foot lands here, foot lands here, foot lands here. And here, I think. Let's find out. And then I guess here's the last foot landing. Why does this one end up being longer, though? That feels pretty good. That actually is kind of very fun and exciting. Okay, so limit that. Yeah, 3 seconds is fine. Let's rename that. Instead of charge, this is charge up. Or no, pre-charge. Cool. And then new animation for the actual charge run. Charge run. So for this one, we're gonna take the body, we're gonna rotate that. We're gonna take the dress and rotate that as well. These probably aren't gonna actually animate, but these are probably gonna be just set. So let's go ahead and rotate. Body position as well, huh? Move that. Great. Sure, for now. Dress. Rotate a little bit for modesty. Arm 1 rotation. We're gonna pull that backwards a bit. So she's like strong arming. She's doing a little strong arming here. Head. Rotate head container. Yeah, like that. Okay, yep. And then leg container. We're gonna mess with the rotation and position of both of these. I did draw this character. This is Rosie, the rhino. She's a bit of a villain of the chapter. And she will be a recurring character as well. This is not what I had in mind. Oh man. That's what the gamers want. It's what the gamers want. Big rhino lady. How are we gonna do this exactly? Oh, this is gonna be... Okay, we need a cycle. Okay, let me think. I'm doing most, if not all, of the animation for this game in Godot. It is a challenge. But a lot of it has turned out pretty good. We have a test place I can jump into here. This one zooms out a bit, so it might not be the best, but like for the most part, it's fine. Well, so the type of animation I'm doing is very specific. It's more of a paper doll style. Less of skeleton stuff and more of pins through paper. Like push pins in paper. Very Paper Mario. Hence the animation style, which is everything kind of hinges on these points and rotates around them, much like a paper doll would. I think it might be called paper doll animation. I don't remember if that's like a commonly used term, but that is what it is. Oh yeah, I mean you have no idea. It's a full-on love letter to Thousand Year Door. The biggest compliment, the biggest recurring compliment I've gotten on the demo so far is the voicing of this game, the writing of it feels like actual Paper Mario. And that is like a huge ego boost. Okay, animation, player, charge run. We need to animate this leg. Everyone loves leg. All right, so it's gonna be, we're gonna start it like this. Position, probably fine. Probably fine there. Yeah, see, okay. We can talk about Origami King briefly before I get riled up. Origami King is a fine game, but it is not a Paper Mario game, unfortunately. It has the writing, it has the music, it has the art, but it does not have the battle system. It has a puzzle minigame instead of... Okay, I think that'll work. I think we can loop this. Let's see what that would look like. Yeah, maybe if we add one frame in between, and also let's half that to really get it moving. Once we set these up, we're gonna see if that looks okay for that leg. And if that looks okay for that leg, then it should look okay for the other leg. I think that'll be fine. I kind of feel like the middle one might need to go higher. Maybe? Let's have this loop so we can just kind of mess. That's very silly. Okay, make it a 0.2 loop. There we go. Now we got one loop only, so we can kind of mess with it individually. Well, that's going the wrong way, and she's just shuffling. We're gonna give it a little bit more height to it. First frame rotation. More. Nope. Don't peek out of the dress now. And then last frame. There we go. Give it a little bit exaggeration. A little bit more exaggeration is good. Okay. Same thing going on. Only played the first Paper Mario and it was amazing. I envy your position because I think Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door are the two good... No, I'm not going to say good. There are other good games in the series, but they are the two true Paper Mario games. And Thousand Year Door on the GameCube is just bigger and better across the board than 64. So I can strongly recommend it. There is also a very fun PC game. Well, it's also on Switch. Bug Fables. That was built to be in the style of Paper Mario. I feel like it more closely resembles Paper Mario 64 than Thousand Year Door. Okay, this is a good first position here, I think. And so then when this one's going up, Lake Container 2 is going to be moving backwards and starting to rotate. Oh, not moving backwards, just rotating forward. Well, also moving backwards. Why not? And then third frame, this one's going down, so this one's coming up. Here. This one comes up and kind of disappears into the dress. So rotation does not matter as much. All right, let's see how this looks then together. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Bug lore. That's on your list for next year. That'll be great coming after Hollow Knight, since you love bug games now. Okay, cool. Let's insert another rotation here. I feel like this should be... This one should be... Yeah, it should be offset from that arm. Arm 2 will still move, but will be a little bit more steady because she's trying to steady that arm more. It's the battering ram. Hard mode in Bug Fables was hard. I had to retry a few of those later game boss fights a few times. That was good. That's a good sweet spot. Is this a Steam? It is available on Steam, yeah. I think it goes on sale decently often. They had they actually had a content update within the last year or so where they added a fishing mini game for some reason. Bug Fables, I think, is really good for having a lot of side content that is not necessary to complete the game, but adds to the feel of the world. Fly fishing. Oh, here come the ads. Watch out. All right, head container. We're gonna let the head wobble a little bit. The dress definitely needs to flutter in the breeze a little bit. Too much. That's a pretty good run animation, I think. For what type of run this is. All right, that looks great. Save it, commit it. To the data, to the GitHub. Okay, so that's gonna be for the running charge. All right, ballerina twirl. Ballerina twirl, I think mostly just needs arms up and twinkle toes. And that's it. Just super easy. So we want arm container rotation, arm container rotation. Oh, and scale of both of these because we need to flip them. And I think we're also going to affect the stacking. Great, cool. That looks great. Wow. Posy party. Welcome in, Abram. You're not going to be able to see her head like this, huh? Okay, ordering. I'm going to get Z index on both of these. Okay, so bump up the ordering on both of these. Does this still look okay? No, that doesn't look okay at all. That looks like she's holding her head, not doing twinkle toes. All right, pause, switch back to that. All right. Instead of this, and this, and this, I think we're gonna get rid of the Z indexing on this. We're gonna do... just the way she moves here doesn't... Very stiff. Very stiff movements. So it's hard to work with this. I feel like I need a new, less bent arm to go in place here. We could do that. We could do that. Basically just slap an arm here. Duplicate this. It's gonna be a little bit silly looking this way if we do it like this. But it could work. I can make it work. We'll try that. Re-import assets, great. Okay, so then we need to do arm 1 and arm 2 region rect. Let's see how this works then. Well, the region is going to be 1,000. Y value is about the same, but it's much taller. Great. Oh, that looks great. Yep, sure. That's very silly, but okay. Position of both of these is going to change. Oh wait, no. It's actually the arm position changes, not the container. I guess that gives me some benefit. Arms. Geez, that's a huge arm. Okay, we might need to scale the arms down a bit. It is a little bit of a big arm, yes. It's true. Get her back down to normal arm size. Great. This is doable. And then this becomes doable. Arm 1 container position, arm 2 container position. Bring both of those down slightly. That could work. Okay, these scales. We can bring these up a little bit now. Okay, that's probably doable. I'm okay with this. It's a little silly. Also, I want a different face for her. More of a sort of face. Hello, GFE. What a woman. Face. What's the region on the face? Okay, that's small enough that we can just reproduce that. 82 is the height. So we can just do a copy of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. And so what we're gonna do now is with this position. The raw emotion. Perfect. All right, it's gonna re-import assets. She's an aspiring. She's an aspirational goal. Add rectangle. Add 82 to Y. There we go. She gets a base for her ballerina twirl time. Okay, so that's the arm position figured out. Next, we need the legs. Add position and rotation for leg 1 and 2. Well, hang on. We didn't get rotation here. There we go. Okay, let's mess with it. Let's mess with it. How are we gonna do these rotations? Do we want her? Oh yes, that is. Now what about this? Do we do like this or like? I think something like this, but scoot both of them forward, like 30 pixels. Okay, and then we're gonna change it to like a kind of spiel here. Leg position, basically like that. And we can give a little bit of rotation wiggle as well on this. Looking good, looking good. Let's take the dress and tilt it back a little bit. She is going to, this is what we're building, is a ballerina twirl attack to offset her charge attack. The charge attack, I think, looks pretty good. The twirl is fine. Okay, I think that's the animation we need for the ballerina twirl. Big jump. So visualize she kind of just into the sky, and then she, I guess, lands. But does she land on you or like right in front of you and then just punches you, sucker punches you or something? Both are good. In fact, if we do both, then it could be like, oh, you don't know which one you're going to have to time against. Ooh, variety. Drops a boulder on you. Where did she get a boulder? Where do you find a boulder at this hour? So let's do new animation, jump up. And maybe she lands in, like, ballerina pose. But with, like, a leg out. Like a back leg. You know. The old smasher crash. That's the one. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so jump up. Well, you know what we can do is just add a new jump animation, and this will just be her default anytime she's in the air normally. So jump animation, let's do arm container to scale at -1. And rotation. It's me, Mario. Wahoo. Nope, wrong way. That breaks away from her shoulder too much. Sure. Leg container 1, rotation. Body rotation. Get stuck here. The music playlist. And then leg container 2 can also be rotated slightly. There we go. What a jump. Now that's a jump right there. Hello, Birdtown? Give me Birdtown. Birdtown still needs a good name. All right, so this is the regular jump animation, and then we're gonna have an alternate animation for landing, which is gonna be similar to the twirl animation. So let's start with a twirl and duplicate that and call it landing. I did not make most of the songs in the game. Most of those are by a member of the community who goes by Wario or Casual or Cassidy or Apollyon, depending on the platform. They have been helping me out with a lot of the music. And honestly, I've been pushing, like, I've been pretty specific on the kinds of music I want. And I've been exercising my right to occasionally say, no, this isn't it. We need to change this one. This is a good song on its own, but this is not the right song for this part of the game. And the result is I've gotten a lot of songs that are perfect fits. Specifically the battle music. Let's pull that up. This is like great. This is exactly the vibe for the battle music. The title theme I wrote, but I had him do instrumentation and drum lines and such. Because there's some songs that I'm like, I know exactly what this needs to sound like. I will write this song. You just spruce it up a bit as you see fit. But that's like 1 in 6 or so of the songs in the game. The vast majority are originals from them. Twirl, landing is going to be very similar to twirl, except We're not gonna mess with the wiggly feet. Instead, wait, which one's leg container 1? That one's leg container 1. We're gonna mess with leg container 1 rotation and kind of have her kind of poke out a bit more there. Ooh, a little revealing there. Dress position. Scoot this over a bit. Now I gotta scoot the other leg around to make it all fit. Leg 2 position. There we go. Leg 1 position. That's fine. Okay, so she either crushes you or she lands right in front of you and then just bops you or something. 6,500 wish list just for the OST. Now it all adds up. Yeah, we were talking about the wish list numbers earlier. I'm 99% confident that for some reason a bunch of bots wishlisted the game, which is really throwing off my charts. And I can't get accurate average playtime on the demo, which sucks. Because I'm very curious as to what the actual average playtime is for the demo, and there's no way to tell now because it's been flooded with bot data. What does she do if she lands in front of you? Just clobbers you, right? Get absolutely crushed. Do we actually do... Do we actually do a getting squished animation? Because we can do that. We can actually do that. What we would need to do is add that as a shared animation. Because there's a shared... The shared you died animation. There's also... What does wiggle do? Oh yeah, that's for like, if you get hit with a 0 damage attack, you wiggle. So these are the animations that can apply to any sprite. So we could very easily just mess with sprites.scale. And make a new animation. Ooh, we have to go to the base actor animation to do this, which is fine. A new animation called Squish. So it'll be boing, boing. That's all it'll do. So scale, cubic. Are there any scrapped songs? Yeah, probably. Let me see what we got here. There's some that we haven't used yet, but will use. Is there a good way to search for? Yes, includes a specific has embed. What does that get me? No, has sound. There it is. Okay. Let's see if there's some old music that did not work out. Oh, okay. The cave in chapter 1. Here's a fun little bit of behind the scenes. Chapter 1 cave has always been like kind of a mossy viney sort of cave. I asked him to look into fungal growth, fungal caves from Hollow Knight. I don't remember the exact name of it. Let's see here. Let's see. And he got a few that are, oh yeah, fungal wastes. This is one that he started that my reply was, I'm worried this is a little bit too close to fungal wastes. You can kind of hear it. So there you go. There's one of the early attempts at the mossy cave. Let's see here. Here's an early cave song, which is much more similar to the current state of it. A lot more similar. Not quite what we want there. Add some songs from Earthbound, no one will notice. I have to go into Base Actor to edit this. It needs to stick a little bit longer, I think. Let's see here. Early battle song, I think, maybe? No. Oh, this is almost exactly what we have today. Oh, this is fun. Early copies of the songs. The cutting room floor. I need to lock in this one right here. That's pretty good squish. Let's see. What else did we have here? Let's scroll back through here to some of the old battle tracks we've got. If I've got anything of those. Oh, I just saw one of the old ideas I posted in that Museum of Scrapped Concepts. I'm going to use a lot of the scrap stuff. What is this? Oh. Hang on, let's scroll back further up than that. All right, here we go. So this is the earliest known copy. Or does it go further back? Maybe not. This might be the earliest one. What is this? What's a different song? that is really bizarre to hear like a song we've heard so often, but it goes in a completely different direction. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a weird feeling. It's like, wait, no, that's not how this song goes. Okay, power up and fake out death. Let's just get these 3 attacks going first. Oh, it's almost right. Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. What is this? Very rough sketch music for melody. Had a keyboard handy. Okay, that's me playing over his song. Let's see. Scroll down a bit. I mentioned some chapter 6 stuff that I'm gonna need from him. It was a little bit. Well, I guess because of the synthy attack on that voicing, that does sound a bit. Didn't like that. It's gonna do something really weird. That's basically it. No, I think this one went through more attempts earlier. Let's see here. Let me zip up. Let's see. Okay, I remember that. That's not in the game yet, but it probably will be, so I'm not going to play that one. What's this? Oh, who knows? Oh, that goes back before we even started on this, so that's too far. I think there are some early battles. No, not that. Nope. Oh, here we go. No, that was an early battle theme attempt. Nope. Here we go. This is it. This is it. Lo-fi beats to Paper Robot too. It's so different. It's so different. We're gonna hear the slow evolution. Play the final boss music. I have. You guys are gonna love there's a key thing about one of the final boss musics. I can't go into detail because it'll spoil stuff, but I'm very proud of the idea, and I think it'll be really cool. This sounds a lot like the final version. that's different. Remix. I give you guys way too much as it is. A lot of people here will be in the testing team, so you're gonna get to find out earlier. Just about anything. Casual's gonna know well in advance. Hovercat's gonna know well in advance. Hovercat's gonna get to hear about it a lot, whether she likes it or not. She gets straight up info dumped. My phone has been buzzing tonight, yes. That's okay. Here, it's charged now, so I can actually take it off of the desk. I need to see about breaking this up into smaller files. This is getting to be a lot of script to pull into memory. Let's see here. What do we got next? Early attempt for the city. City of Gears. City of Dreams. Potential boss? No. No. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we heard that. We heard that already. Playtesting team for the full game or the demo. We have a loosely organized, closed beta group that helps me with testing. The demo is out there, of course, but that is kind of the finished product. Although I guess there are still things that people are finding for me to fix, so whatever, I guess. Okay, so let's do a basic attack here. Rosie twirl. No, Rosie charge. Rosie charging attack. So then I go into enemy directory and assign that as one of her attacks. What else we got in here? Yeah, that brings us back to chapter 6 stuff. Fungal wastes. Too close. Too close to green path. Basically the right song. Has been another round of testing. I want to get a chunk of chapters in place before I do another in-depth testing, because as it stands, there's just not enough changes to warrant another 2-hour playthrough for everybody, you know? Like, that's a lot to ask of people. All right, Rosie's charging attack. It's going to be very similar to Mozzie's charge attack. So if I go over to Mozzie, Big Rat charge. No, that's just him spinning his arms around and getting a boost up. The streamers are the stress testers. So true. This might be the final one. I think this is the final cave music. That sounds... They do cause a lot of stress, crazily enough. I always do. Fresh bugs for the lore. Okay, what are her moves called again? Oh, I need to move the animation player back to the sub viewport now. Recharge. Which will last for 2 seconds. So change to recharge, wait 2 seconds, then change to charge run while moving towards so where's that gonna be? Move in front of, no, move directly to. All right, that was the finale of that. Let's see, some attempts at Bullfrog. What else we got here? That's basically the finale of that one. Main theme. Possible town theme, apparently. Okay, the immediate things that I didn't like about this, I immediately called him out on it. Let's see. Let's see here. No, maybe. Oh. I recognize that one vaguely. Let's move really fast towards the player. Then Q damage. Chip! Welcome in! Oh, it's going great. We are back at it. Last stream, I was on Silk Song again, and I finished my Steel Soul run successfully. And now we are, we're making our mid-boss! Rosie the Rhino! Pow! She's amazing. We're scripting the moves. I've got my own system for the battle moves. And we're also, we're juggling here. We are also looking at some old versions of the music in the game. Let's see what this one is. Oh, this is supposed to be the city. Oh, no. Not right at all. I wish Hornet were here. Sometimes I still hear her voice. Can't hear any of these. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's just the final version of that one. Oh wow, he got this one in 1 apparently, because that sounds almost exactly like the current version of it. How's the maze game going? I haven't gotten to see much of what's going on with that one. Base damage is going to be a whopping 0 plus the enemy strength, and that is enough. Super close to a playable gameplay loop. That's a big part right there. Like, just hitting that point. Why is it not like... Oh, because I don't actually have a target. I'm just assuming that there's only one target. Let's see here. some pre-alpha playtesting. That's gonna be fun. That's a fun stage to actually get it in front of people. Get them trying it out. When you hear the differences of the current versions of these songs, it's like, oh yeah, that I like it the normal way better. This one's just up an entire octave. Because why not? Okay, this is our move back to... Oh, you know what let's do? Let's have her just blow right through both. Like, the charging attack should be AoE. Charging attack should be AoE. What is this one? Nope, we're getting into chapter 3. You can't hear those. All right, we're going back to the regular playlist. You guys can't hear. You're not allowed to hear chapter 3. Chapter 3 is secret. Secret stuff. I'm really excited to get to work on chapter 3 once we get chapter 2 done. And it's not going to be done when we start chapter 3. I've got some dumb ideas that are probably too ambitious. I want to figure out exactly what to do without being too similar to other games at times. Or being weird for the sake of weird. I've got some ideas like, oh, that would be an interesting thing to do that would make people stop and go, huh, but I would need to justify it. Adding fishing, there's got to be fishing at some point, 100%. So let's have her walk through the actor at speed and then just keep on going. So target direction. Target direction, source unit, target unit, distance, 10 units. Continue going an additional 10. And make this Q hurt actions multi. Right? Is that the... Yeah, that's the one. Targets. Yeah, we're going to have this hit both. Enemy team. Entire enemy team. Towards targets 0. Move towards... Oh, this is weird. I've never... Okay. The system is not built for this yet. Two players, or two characters on your team, both taking damage from the same attack. As it stands today, as soon as I call Q hurt actions, that's when we read, did we press the block button recent enough? Minus cooldown and all that stuff. But like, did we time our block properly? We check that at the moment you press Q hurt actions. What if the player and the partner are not getting hit at exactly the same time? Like someone running through both of them. I would want the block to count as long as the first timing was accurate. Like, you're not going to have to block for both of them individually. But as it stands, if I were to call Q hurt actions twice in quick succession... Hey, Popples, welcome in. Congrats on the new level getting added to Dabble Worlds. if I caught it twice in quick succession and you timed the first block correctly, it would count the second block as mistimed, probably. It might. I would really prefer a way for the block to carry over to the next iteration of Q hurt actions. This is one of those things where it's like, this was supposed to just be an easy attack to add in, but it's revealed a failing of the system that needs to be handled. Not a failing, just a case that was not considered or planned for. Crystal Castles. Not to be confused with Crystal Caves, level from Donkey Kong 64. The least interesting level in Donkey Kong 64, and that's saying something. So it would be Q hurt actions. Q hurt actions. We could pass an optional flag in the arguments to tell it use the last block result. Because we do something for what is it? Not damage reduction, diminishing turn damage list. Okay, here we go. Turn damage list keeps track of instances, every instance of damage this turn. So that's one unit making one attack. We've got a list of all of those instances in that unit's turn. So we could have something that says, like, we could read the turn damage list. It gets reset before every unit gets to go. We could have a flag on the damage instance that says mirrors block result or something. And that just says, if there is already a damage instance, just recycle that one's block result. I think that would be the way to go. Oh, I hate that block ability, guarding, gets tracked here. Wait. No. Yes, right here. Guarded. Right here. Guarded equals false. If we land in here, guarded equals true. And then track that here. Did player get timed block on this instance? Okay. This is silly that we're building this feature in. So we're gonna have a new battle notes. We're gonna have a new flag to keep track of for the damage instance dictionary called mirror block, which sounds very different from what's going on. New button. If this is a first instance of damage this round. Copy the block result from the first instance. I think that makes sense. That's a very common thing for timed hit systems. When you are getting hit with some kind of attack, what's a good example in Thousand Year Door? Anything that travels through both Mario and his partner in quick succession. Boomerang Brothers. Boomerang Brothers attack hits Mario and partner, and then it does come back and hit partner and Mario, but let's ignore that for now. The fact that it hits both of them in quick succession, you don't have to hit the block button twice in a row to block Mario and then partner. It only checks to see, did you block Mario? When Mario blows the Cloud Woman's tail. No, that is completely unrelated. We're talking about attacks in battle that hit Mario and the partner. I don't have any better examples off the top of my head. But imagine a slow-moving projectile that hits both of them. Hooktail's Fire Breath, I think, has an offset between when Mario gets hit versus partner gets hit, but they share the block timing. So if Mario blocks, the partner automatically gets a free block. If Mario misses the block, the partner misses the block. Oh, okay. We're just bringing it up. It's like, I don't know. Like, there's like a stopper. So it's kind of like a pool float situation. And he's like pushing air in, and then somehow, because of she is a cloud, it magnifies it into a big gust of wind. And then people decided to make it weird. All right. So mirror block is going to be what we define it as. So over here, I hate that we're kind of going to be reusing code a bit, or repeating code a bit. If you are guarding, or if is guarding. So instead of looking for is guarding, we're gonna say var gets free block. How about that? Which that is if the damage instance is the type that gets mirror blocked. If it's mirror blocked, then you can get a free block, but maybe you don't. That depends on damage data. So if it is mirror block and damage data list, turn damage list, dot size is greater than 0, and turn damage list sub-0 dot guarded. Okay, so it's got to be, you get a free block if the damage instance can get you a free block, and there has already been damage, and the first instance of damage was properly guarded. Then you get a free block. So, either is guarding, or you get a free block. That either way, that counts as, yeah, you blocked it. Let's say you did. Let's say you did. Cool. Similarly, we're gonna put the same little caveat in here. If you are guarding or you get a free block, then it counts. All right. Cool. That fixes that. Now we just need to make sure Mirror Block gets into the move as the damage type. And now we can actually create multiple... We can queue up multiples of these. So actors, we need a... dang. We need an iteration. For each. How in the world did I use for each in here? This is so silly. For each, yep. All right. Oh wait, but does that bind? How does that? What does that bind in? It just calls the same event on each of those, so that's not gonna fly. We need to manually queue these individual actions. So instead of doing this, our action is going to be battle actions, or no, action queue equals this list of things to do, and then you can queue them up. But we can add to this once we get to the part right here where we start moving towards things. Action queue dot append array. So this is our system that just manages asynchronous events. It's a queue of queues. So each one can kind of monitor for itself being done. I tell it, okay, first move to this other unit. It will do that, and then, asynchronous to all the other stuff that's going on in battle, it will then do the next thing, which is actually deal damage, show the little damage star, handle blocking, any reaction events that would happen, and then do whatever the next thing is, and so on. For target in targets, move to the target dot position at a speed of 10, deal damage to that one target, and then repeat that for the next target. And then after all of that is done, if you do, okay, hang on. What's the indo? Oh, what is the array? Yeah, -1 last. Okay, got it right. Got it right the first time. It's Python-like. I'm not used to it. Move off screen. And then teleport. No. Set flag. We can do set flag. So after you move off screen, immediately move position to source.actor.position plus a target directory. -10, I guess. Then move back to your regular position, and then switch animation back to idle because we're in a special non-regular walking animation. And that's it. I think that should do it. We don't need this. We're leaving sound as a to-do because I don't want to forget it. Enemy directory already has the attack set up, so let's go to the battle now. Let's see this attack happen. Dupu wins! Whoa! Oh gosh, she's huge. Hold on, she wasn't supposed. Oh no, I guess she is supposed to be that big. Wow. Okay, that's intimidating. The big lady. Oh, didn't like that. What did we not like? Key position. Oh, yep, not target dot position. Target unit. No, target actor dot position. She's perfect. Ooh. Ah! I didn't bind properly. So that was when she hit the first. Wait, what was the callable then? Callable to object. Yeah, Q hurt actions. What did it not like here? Cannot convert. Argument 1. Oh. Yep. You got me. What if she were bigger, though? Pretty good, except it looks pretty crap. Why does it look crap? She kind of waits before changing animations, and then when she's moving, she's not sticking to her correct animation. Why is she waiting at first? Recharge animation. Should just go right into it. Charge run animation should all. Oh, her ear's getting a little bit clipped there. Head container position. Just to get her in front. That is weird. Why is it doing that? What's the deal with this timing? Okay, so we're going in slow-mo here. 2, 3. She just slides through. Oh no, but then she's doing it over there. It's like the animation is taking... It's like the reset animation is like a full second long for some reason. Reset animation should always end immediately. Okay. Oh, geez. I think we can slow her down a bit on that. Let's see here. Run speed equals... Let's change it to 6 instead of 10. Okay. Let's see if that's a little bit better. Our feet are fine. Nobody's gonna be staring at her feet. Oh no. Something about that timing was weird. Alright, so she stomp, 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 and then I want it to hurt right here. But the center of her hitbox is, yeah, it's like right in the middle of her. Which makes sense, I suppose. So, options. I could scoot her over. Or I could actually modify the timing of the damage indicator. See, if I scoot her over, then the problem we get is that when she turns around and stuff, this'll happen. So she does need to be centered. I think we just need to adjust the timing of the hit a little bit. So move actor to a position that's like just before it's Pikachu. You got it. That's pretty good. Okay, that's a move. There's no sound, but that's for polish. It's her favorite, Bulbasaur. All right, that one's done. Ballerina twirl. Spin, 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 faster and faster, and then bonk into player. Bonk into player multiple times for small amounts of damage, maybe? No, probably not. I love a classic run around the world bit. Let's see. If we did a pow pow pow, I could do the mirror again, and it basically would hit you for either 111 or 000, which is quite a swing. I do kind of like that. Maybe let's do that. Let's really lean in on this mirror thing. The mirror damage. Mirror block. Mirror. Okay, so this will be the Rosie Twirl attack. See, there's so much code in this class because this class is every move animation defined as a list of actions that happen in a move along with damage and other stuff. And that adds up. I feel like this could be moved into multiple classes if just for readability and scrolling's sake, but still pulled into memory just fine. I'd be okay with that. It's like, ideally, we only load in the moves that are going to show up in the battle, but that can be difficult to predict. Especially when new enemies can get summoned into a battle by other moves, it can get rough. Oh yeah, Buzzsaw. Let's do that. Wait. What's the name of a pirouette? There we go. Pirouette. Pirouette. It's gonna go for the first grounded enemy. Something like this. For the animations that we need twirl. She's gonna start doing that and start spinning around faster and faster and faster. So get her into the twirl animation. Twirl. And then I want to start speeding up her spin. So we need to fire a lerp. I've got a helper function for that, for this battle system. I thought. No, tween. Fire a tween. Which can do a lerp, so it all works out. So start the twirl, begin doing a tween. Now this is going to be tricky because currently, oh yeah, we can pass in a different transition type and easing. Let's pull up our Godot Queen cheat sheet. Ah yes, this is the one. There's also a nice website. Oh, the interactive tween cheat sheet. Is this the one? We'll see when it loads. So I want it to start really slow, start at 0, end at 0, but do decently fast in the middle. So that would be probably a sine tweezing, sine ease in out. Yeah. So transition type will be trans sine. So that's after duration. Throw that in. And do it as ease in out. But make it last a while, like, I don't know, 6 seconds. Which means I want to get Rosie over there pretty quick so she can start doing her pow. Move in front of is great. Great little helper function here. So move in front of the target actor. Wait 1 second. Maybe there will be some kind of visual cue that things are about to happen. See, this is tricky because with this tween stuff, this is not gonna work unless the distance you travel is just so. How do we deal with that? Ballet-inspired music? Not particularly. It's going to be very kind of silly. Let's go with that. Silly music. A merging of genuinely threatening but playful. Oh, let me see that tweening sheet again. What if we... It doesn't really work, does it? It does not really work. I could kill the tween dynamically. Which you can, but it would be a little bit of a pain to work with in this system we built of trying to keep it to just an action cue. So maybe we just try and get it to go fast enough. So just move, get her moving fast. Bind weight. Keep the animation the same. Q hurt action. This is a weaker than usual attack. Like her normal attacks deal 2 damage. Oh gosh, 222 would be a lot. That's a 6 damage attack. In chapter 2, that's a big deal. That could be like half your health if you miss the block, right? That's brutal. It is a mid-boss. At this stage, I'm expecting you to get a save point right before the boss and a full heal, but no going back. So I need it to be beatable without restocking on items. That's a difficult position to put me in. I don't want a mediocre player to get soft locked here. Well, it's not even a soft lock, a skill. I don't want them to get skill locked. I want the idea to be at any given time, if you reach a point in the game where you can't proceed just because you're not very good at the game, you should be able to go off and do some side quests to get better gear, level up a little bit, etc. This is a weird position in the game because that may not be an option. What if... Oh gosh, 6 damage, blockable to 3. Still a lot. 3 blockable, let's do 3 blockable to 0. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so base damage 1, but it'll hit 3 times. Okay, and then we got the move home after that. That is this. Move back to your original position after that third one. Move back fast. Oh, and this one does need the backwards flag. Move backwards so that she walks backwards on the way back. Okay. Twirl attack. Let's see what that looks like. All right. Hit me with that twirl attack. That wasn't quite right. I get it. I see what I did wrong. But that was not right. Rotation Z. Also, wait longer. Wait at all before moving over there. Wait 1 second. Move for less than a second. Yeah, that'll work. A little bit more of a wait there. Also, the spin needs to be more spin. Multiply that by, give me like 4 spins. Oh, you don't like that, huh? Great. Is it not rotation colon for tweens? It is. I did it right here. So why not here? Oh, because now I'm setting it to the wrong type of value. And it doesn't give a particularly convenient error message for when you do that. For when I say, hey, tween this float to 5, you know, that worked. But if I say tween this float to vector 3.1, instead of just saying, hey, you did something stupid, it just says, oh, this is null. What do you mean it's null? All right, great. I guess rotation Z was not the axis. Is that not? Y, rotation Y. Someday I'm going to internalize. Well, you see, so Blender is one way and Godot is a different way, and sometimes when you switch back and forth. Okay. Slow this whole move down a lot. 2 extra seconds here. 2 extra seconds here. More spins. We'll get a nice animation sound. There's no cue. There's no cue that's about to happen. Also, she needs to switch back to idle after a little bit. Okay, so longer wait before heading back this time. A wait at the end, and also switch back to idle animation. I guess she needs a tiny hop. Do a tiny hop right before this actually triggers. Yeah, sure. Do it this way. Do source.actor.tinyhop. I think tiny hop is the, yeah, have a little whoop. Okay. Decent. Make the hop. Right, I need to actually delay. It's a good attack, right? What? What? Why he's so big? Why did he get big? Why is he huge? What did I do? We need to check our normals. Never before have we more needed to check our normals. All right, what is his scale? All right, main player scale is normal. Sprite scale is normal. Sprite 3D scale, 2.5. That's more than 2.5, so. No, it's not scaled there. Okay, that can't be it. Scale of that is 1. It's not actors. Is it the actual scale of that is 1, but that is the right. All right. But meanwhile, Leon's scale normal. Leon scale also 1 and Sprite's 1. So that's the same. That's the same. This is so big. What? Is he gonna get bigger? Jeez. What happened? All right, repeat. When did that happen? Okay. It was at the moment of the block animation. Did it happen to Leon? No. All right, so what happens if I don't block it? Does it still happen? Let's test a few things. What did I screw up here? No, that's fine. What if I actually defend? Okay, it's the block animation. Because that's shared between defense and, But how, you might ask? And I don't actually know. You see what? Are you okay, Short? Block. There's nothing in the block animation that says make him 5 times as big. Okay. Let's go back here and check this mirror block stuff, because that shouldn't do anything. No, it's just when he does this animation. No, it's a shared animation. It's a shared it is a shared animation problem. Because we're resetting the scale. But that's not okay. This squish animation idea, not gonna work the way we want it to. Not gonna work the way we want it to. Squish animation is out. Get rid of it. And this, get rid of that. Not working. Not working. Put him back. Put him back. How do I put him back? Dabble, please. Is he gonna be okay? Doctor. Okay. That's hilarious. Okay, good. Take 1 damage. Oh, you can block. No, I want it to be that you... Well, what do I want? If it uses mirror blocking, I don't want you to be able to block subsequent attacks. It's just you gotta hit the first one or none at all. So gets free block. I want this to be exclusive ore. Does Godot have exclusive ore? Bitwise, great. I think I might have made a helper class for, yeah, utility.xor. Okay, great. What? Too few arguments. Oh, right, because I need to do this. Strangest Twitch bug you've ever seen. Bug lore. Bug lore. Okay, this way you either get the first attack or the first block or none. Okay, I feel good about this. We got 2 attacks written. Oh gosh, what is this? Let's see here. That says, I don't get it. I don't see anything. That looks normal to me. But, I mean, I guess that's just me. Let's go. Does anyone, quick show of hands. Does anyone see Hornet Silksong? Who are we gonna oh, I know exactly who to stream into. Perfect. I see her in my dreams. All right, we did animations. We made 2 functional moves with no sound effects, admittedly, but you must be going crazy short. You must really miss playing Silksong. We're gonna go hang out with Dee, who is playing Silksong. All right, now if you see any mysterious hornet in the background of her stream, I want you to know I told her to do that. Someone sent the GIF in her chat, and she was gonna make it really tiny in the corner. I said, wait, no, make it huge and 1% opacity. And she did it. So I changed the world. Hornet Shuffle Raid, here we go. We'll be back Sunday. And let's try and get a 3rd move on Sunday and then work on like the whole greater... Oh, we got more enemies to make after this too. Just for chapter 2 in general. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.